Hi, I'm Justin. This video is brought to you by Noise Development. Let's talk about how to fix floor squeaks, floor pops, floor noises, floor utterances, floor proclamation, floors proclaim. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let me show you how to fix them. So first thing I want to mention is any house that's framed out of wood is going to undergo its normal daily expansion, contraction as it warms up and cools down. That's going to cause some floor noises from time to time, especially on the side of the house that gets more sun. But if there are floor noises that, especially above carpet, that are repeatable, that go those sort of things, those are things that we can get to quiet down. And let me show you how we do that. First of all, just so you know kind of what's underneath the floor, there are some vertical framing members under there called joists, and they're typically spaced about 2 feet apart, and they run either parallel or perpendicular to an outside wall. And and on top of that, you have some subfloor, which is kind of like thick plywood, and then you have carpet pad and carpet over the top of that. And so to be able to find the joists that are underneath there, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and mark where that floor squeak was making noise. And then take a tape measure like this, run it out to about 2 feet, and then place the 1 foot mark right over where the floor squeak is. And then somewhere within that range is, we're probably going to find a joist. If we don't, then we'll switch it the other direction. But let me first introduce you to floor squeak screw. These things are, I know it's just a screw, right? But actually it's kind of cool. There are 2 different thread patterns on these screws. So it actually goes in and then it pulls the joist and the subfloor together. That's kind of cool. Most screws don't do that. And then it's scored right here, just below the head there, where after it's in, you can hit it with a hammer and knock it off, and it breaks off just below the subfloor. So also kind of cool. These kits usually come with a joist finder like this as well. And so first thing we're going to do next is find the joist. So which one of these do you think we should use? Floor squeak screw, joist finder. Yeah, good choice. Okay, good. All right, so we put this into a drill. And then we want to be a little bit careful with these. We don't want to go any deeper than we need to, because it's possible that there could be some plumbing or electrical. It's not usually right underneath the subfloor, but want to just be cautious and not go any deeper than we need to. And certainly if you're not comfortable with this, then please hire a professional. But once we've lined this up, we can go about starting to try to find our joist. And so we screw this in, and if it makes a noise like that, then maybe we've found a joist right away. Maybe we can find one that's a little bit closer to our floor squeak, and we'll move this in, try on the other side here. If we don't find anything, it just kind of goes in past the threads and then just spins. You can back it out of there, being careful not to pull any carpet. You can search this direction, like that. If you don't find anything, that may mean that the joists are not necessarily running this way. They might be running the other direction, so we can switch it this way. We can try a couple locations here until we find a joist. Yep. Oh, that felt better. There we go. Okay. So now we found one that's closest to our floor squeak, and from that point we can back that out and mark that, and from there we'll go ahead and use our floor squeak screw, bring this head that fits on there, and we're going to drive this in until the top of the screw is just about flush with the top of the carpet. Found that joist. Right about like that. I'm going to take a little hammer at the end of that, breaks off right where it's scored. Nothing in there to feel, doesn't poke up at all. And then typically that is going to help it to get quieted down and tighten everything up. So that is how to quiet down a floor squeak that is below carpet. If you have a squeak that is below hardwoods or tile, then typically you have to get to those from underneath, sometimes through the crawl space, and kind of shim in there, or use screws to kind of tighten that up from underneath. But that is how you get a floor squeak, floor utterance, floor noise, whatever, to quiet down when it's below carpet. So there you go, now you know.